Howdy.
Howdy.
We're in Texas.
Howdy.
Howdy. We're in Texas. It's really nice down here. It's very, very warm. We apologise if you guys can hear the construction going on, but yeah.
This is the only place we could find to do this.
It's nice out here, even though it's hot, so we might start sweating. And yes, I'm drinking white. I've changed from red wine. I drink white wine now.
So flancy.
So fancy.
Well, I put 2 big ice blocks in mine and froze the glass so I can get through the 55 minutes.
We'll survive.
We'll survive.
Yeah.
So how's your week been?
My week's been awesome. It's been so much fun in Texas. We had probably the best group we've ever had on a workshop.
Oh, what about all the poor people who've been on other workshops?
Well,
Are you dishing them?
No, I just...
Well done.
I feel like I keep saying
Sorry, everybody.
No,
it's like, who's your favourite model?
I feel like every workshop we do, every next one, I'm like, that was the best. That was the best. Like, everything just keeps getting better and better.
It was a good workshop. We had a great group of people.
We did.
They came to learn, which makes it so much better.
Which is what it is. I mean, like, Portfolio Builder is different because that is coming to build a portfolio.
Yeah, shoot them up.
Whereas the workshops we're doing on this tour is teaching, and we want people to come with the, sorry about the angle grinder. We want people to come with the intention to learn, and we really found that with this group. So
yeah, we're not after that. Come along and we're going to give you the best photo you've ever taken, but it doesn't look like one of your photos, and you can't do it tomorrow. No,
we give people the idea that you're going to learn something that tomorrow, when Peter's not with you, you can go out and do that exact same thing.
You're really plugging this, are you? After a pay rise or something? Maybe. Loud construction.
I know.
Sorry if you can hear it, but it was either here or in a bathtub. I didn't think it was appropriate in a bathtub. Are you messing up?
No, my hair's just
caught. Do you know how annoying that is when your hair rubs against it?
No, it wasn't. It was just caught on the little loop.
On the little loop.
Yep. But yeah, so my week's been awesome, and I've had a whole bunch of spicy mugs and a whole bunch of brisket and a whole bunch of tacos.
Yeah, food here is amazing.
So good.
The chicken the other night, oh my God. Yeah. Can't believe we went to Franklin's and we'd heard there was a queue, and we got there and there was a queue, but we were a little bit late. The queue wasn't as long as I expected. I expected much longer.
Yeah, no, I think we were waiting for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, about that.
It wasn't too long.
But we had so much fun in the queue. It's so surreal.
Oh my gosh. So we were in the queue, and the person in front of us started talking to us, and she was dressed up as like in soldier gear.
Yeah, army greens.
Yeah, and asked us what we do for a living, and we explained, and then she said that she's an actress, and we were like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then she went on to say that she's working on Tarantino's new documentary. Yeah, that's being filmed here. And she was just getting food to take back for the crew. And if we wanted to see the car that was in the documentary, we could head down to 15th and San Antonio and see it. And we'd see it from a mile away. And I was like, okay. Anyway, I was doing stuff on my phone, so I wasn't paying too much attention to the chat. But then Peter was chatting to her, and she went on to say that
I started talking about I was a fan of Tarantino, and you were, and Kill Bill was your favourite movie ever, and how Tarantino is by far my favourite director ever. And then about a rumour I heard about some movie he was going to make maybe 20 years ago and he never did. And she goes, you were supposed to meet. You are the 10th fan. No, she said Tarantino sends her out on scavenger hunts to find fans, and you're the 10th fan. And then she was like, yeah, no, those were his cameras, and pointed at the security cameras, like, there's a camera, and I was like, what? What's going on? And then she went on to say that she was Brad Pitt's daughter. Brad Pitt's unknown daughter. She was like, she's like, Brad Pitt's my dad. And then you were like, guess who her dad is? And I was like, you're like, Brad Pitt. And I was like, she looked a little bit like Brad Pitt. She did. And I was like, no way. And then she's like, yeah, no, I'm the one that no one knows about. Yeah. And I was like, nah, this is too crazy. Like, what are the absolute chances? Then she said that she would let us take a selfie with her. Oh, yeah, she was like, do you want a selfie with me? And we were like, okay. Like, and we do have a selfie. I should find somewhere to put it up. But what happened, we're in the queue, and just as we got in the door, so the queue from outside to inside, she starts to look around a lot, and she was waiting for a boyfriend who was supposed to come and meet her. And she goes, oh, well, I've just lost my spot in the queue. No, we'll hold it.
Yeah.
You know, you run out and try and find him, we'll hold your spot for you. So she went out and she disappeared, and she bottled a smoke off you.
Yeah, which I don't care about. They're cheap here, but...
She came back and we sort of waved, and she saw us and got back in the queue. And she didn't really talk much after that, except she spoke about some naked lady on the streets.
Oh, yeah.
Some old homeless naked lady.
And then she started talking about growing up with Brad Pitt being her dad and how it was really hard for her in school and stuff.
Yeah. But then if you Google Brad's Pitt, nobody's ever heard of it.
Brad Pitt children, and I could only find the kids he's got with Angie. So I was like, what's going on here? And then we got up, she orders 10 pounds of brisket, which is like an insane amount of brisket.
Yeah.
And then offers to pay for our food, and then her card declined, and she just did a runner. We paid for our food,
she said she was going to come back with her boyfriend's card, and never did. And we're sitting there, and you can see them looking where she is, and now they're sold out of everything. There's 10 pounds of brisket
just sitting there.
And I'm starting to feel, they think we're going to do a runner too. Mm-hmm. So I just went up and said to him, hey, we don't know that person. She just offered to pay for our food. So it was pretty surreal.
But then, like, the funniest thing was today I had to go back to the studio because I had to meet someone for a pickup of rental stuff. And as I was in the Uber, I noticed that I was at 15th and San Antonio. And I saw there was a car covered in graffiti, and I was like, no way. And it was right near the Starbucks. So after I finished what I had to do for like pickup,
I went back to Starbucks today.
Yeah,
did you bring me one back? No.
You don't like Starbucks.
Well, you still could have brought me one back.
Yeah, but you don't like it.
I could have tipped it out.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's a waste of good Starbucks that I could have drunk. I should have bought two. I would have drunk it. Anyways, so I went back to get it because I was like, okay, cool, excuse. I'm going to get a Starbucks and have a look at this car. And yeah, sure enough, there was a car there, like covered in graffiti, and it says like about a US soldier on it. And like she was dressed in like army greens. So I don't know. Like,
but she also said the story that during the making of this documentary about 10, she said like 4 rooms was about 4, and this documentary is going to be about 10. And it was like the 10 fans, finding the 10 fans. And she goes, yeah, it was really surreal when he cut his leg off. I'm certain if Tarantino had cut his leg off, I would have heard something somewhere.
I don't know. I mean, like, if in a year's time this documentary
comes out, we're famous.
Oh my God.
I'm the 10th fan.
You are the... I know. It's just... Yeah, it was just a bit...
It's just surreal. Like, it's actually really made our week here, hasn't it?
It has.
We keep bringing it up every time something comes up. We go, "Oh, is Brad Pitt's daughter around here?"
That's pretty funny, but yeah, that happened. And she gave us a list of places that we should go, and wrote it on a napkin, and then signed it. But the signature looks like it says Brad Pitt, and I'm like, huh?
To me, it looks like it said something like Alice Brad Pitt.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm framing this napkin just in case. Who signs their name on? Here are the best restaurants to go and eat at, and signs their name on it.
I have no idea. The whole thing was just wild. Good story though.
Great place.
Great place. I love it here. The food
Bit
is
hot. We went out and do a shoot today, and oh my God, it's only 36 degrees, which I should be able to take from Australia, but that sun had some bite.
Which I think is like 95. I'm trying to get used to Fahrenheit, even though it makes no sense to me. Like water should freeze at 0 degrees. It shouldn't freeze at 32 degrees. That makes no sense. It should go 0 is when it freezes and 100 is when it boils. Like, that makes sense. Freezing at 32 and boiling at like 212 or something. Like, that makes no sense. Anyway.
No sense. Anyway, we're starting to sound like a Tarantino movie now. Just rambling on about nothing.
Well, we do that all the time.
We do.
But yeah, so that's been fun. And then we got yelled at in Target by someone.
Oh yeah.
Some random worker in Target yelled at us. We were just talking and something.
We're trying to find our way out. And I was saying, is it up through there or is it over there?
I think, I don't know, we were trying to do something. And then she turned around and told us to stop speaking in Russian about our sex lives. And I was like, I was just trying to find where like the cans of Coke are, like I don't know. But it's been an eventful week. It's been really good. I've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah, so have I.
And then,
thank you, America.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. You know what? It's funny, actually, because I was told by people that came to the workshop that Austin is very different to the rest of Texas. And Austin's, like, tagline for the city is keep Austin weird.
Well, they're doing that all right. But even their bars, they have, like, one of the bars we went to, one of the first ones we went to, they have, like, they got the food trucks out the back. And everyone goes in there with their dogs.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's just awesome.
I love it. Everything's dog friendly. It's cute.
Yes.
I love it.
It's so dog friendly. It's awesome.
I love it.
Well, I had a question from somebody. Oh, I should just look up his name. But I thought the easiest place was for me to answer it is on here. And his name is Craig. And he said he's about to travel from Australia to LA. And he's a photographer and he's doing sports. And he wants to know how we travel with our gear. It's a nightmare, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
The most expensive stuff I own is in carry-on. So I put it in the smallest bag I've got because my carry-on weighs about 30 kilo. And if the bag looks small and I swing it like it doesn't weigh anything, I can get all of that stuff in there.
Yeah.
So that's all I can suggest. Just put the cheapest gear you've got, put in your book underneath, because we've had some pretty good damage to some of our stuff in the past.
Your beauty dish?
The beauty dish
is
completely
so
smashed.
Yeah.
And people like Rara, when she met up with us in Amsterdam, wasn't it?
Her bag was completely exploded.
Yeah, it's completely unzipped and everything was running around the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just when you're traveling, it is really hard. Try and take only what you really need. No, really cut down this time. A lot of lenses I didn't bring. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expensive stuff in carry-on.
Yeah. And then have an assistant that carries the really heavy one.
No, mine's not super heavy.
It is pretty
But I've got to
heavy.
try and put on a poker face when I lift it up. I'm like...
No, you just asked me to lift it. Except in the...
When we're going through x-rays and stuff,
yeah.
I've been like, poker face, I'm like, this isn't heavy at all. And it's like... No, I'm getting good at it. That's why...
Getting good at it.
Get my muscles. Get my muscles.
Your stack that started to get better.
Yeah, my fall over, because they'll be able to see it in this one. If you're listening on YouTube, you can probably see my knee where I fell.
Everywhere in Poddyland, hope you.
That's fine, but like I fell over really bad. I think I mentioned it in the last one.
Yeah.
So it's getting better. My Neosporin.
You what?
So everyone was like, you need to get some Neosporin. And I was like, what on earth is Neosporin? And it's just like an antiseptic ointment. And I was like, oh, why do you say? They're really big on brands here, I found.
They are. Their ads are just weird.
Oh, the ads
I can't get it.
Yeah.
Buy this and it'll fix your headache. And at the end,
Side effects.
Side effects. 10% of the people take it will have a brain aneurysm and their leg will fall off. Like, who's going to buy that? Like, one of them was only like 0.3%. Beck's going, I don't want any of that stuff to happen to me. I would never buy that.
Oh, it's so good. It's funny.
It's funny. What was that? There was something else that happened funny on the TV. I can't remember what it was now.
I think I was just laughing at those ads.
The ads, yeah.
No, I'm really enjoying this trip. It's been really good.
I think
so descriptive.
I know it's really horrible to say, but I think COVID has been good for us.
Yeah.
I think with us doing our YouTube channel and getting into this, we've got away from the guys with cameras. We've now got a following of guys who just want to take better pictures.
Exactly.
And it's so much more enjoyable to teach them and get their feedback. And even one today, there's a guy that came to a workshop and he had this new little trick. So we gave him an Inspire year for nothing, and he Skyped me and showed me this cool little trick. And things like that I just love, because then I can build it into a video and then show the world.
And Michael's awesome.
Yeah.
The one thing I have found with America is lack of female photographers.
Oh, we haven't had one come, have we?
No. And I don't know if we've got any female that's booked for the next 2 weeks either.
They're all intimidated by you.
I'm about as intimidating as Hello Kitty.
That's pretty intimidating. It is weird. That angle grinder is very loud. Sorry.
So sorry, everyone.
We're going to get dark soon, and we fly out tomorrow. When did they knock off work here? They should have knocked off. In Australia, tools would be down. They'd all be in a bar by now.
So anyways, as I was saying, now that we've moved inside where it's a little bit quieter, we don't have angle grinders going.
But it's echoey. Now we're going to get people complaining that it's echoing.
Oh, well, we can't please everyone.
We can please ourselves.
What I was trying to say is that I find it odd that we don't get many female photographers coming to workshops. But then I was saying that, you know, like a lot of them do newborn and family photography, but I find it weird that like women don't want to shoot fashion because it's like women would be the best at that. Like, it's like you always tell models, like, who is your end client? It's women.
Yeah, it's a women.
So wouldn't women be the best at shooting fashion and beauty because you're shooting women for women and being a woman yourself, you know exactly. So I just find it weird, but not many women are in that kind of industry when it comes to photography.
I think I can understand why women aren't in boudoir.
Oh, 100%, because
I don't like boudoir myself.
I just have a thing about the name of that photo. I just find it a bit tacky.
Tacky. So I think the less clothes they think that's boudoir, they don't think it's fashion. But if you were to get Vogue, ID, Numero, all of those high-end fashion magazines, you'll see more nudity in that than you will in a Playboy or something. But the women...
Playboy, you see like full clam.
I don't know, I don't buy it.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it's in. I don't know, I've never looked.
Well, sorry, there was the cover with the 4 supermodels standing butt naked full frontal at the camera.
Yeah, but I think inside, I think it's a bit different. I don't know, I've never personally bought a Playboy.
Sure now. You sound like you've got some experience in this. You haven't been in a Playboy, have you? So everyone needs to look out for the Bec edition.
Well, remember when you got featured in Penthouse and we went through the magazine and it was
yeah, that's right.
So I would say there's a little bit more nudity in Men magazine than there is in fashion magazines based off that.
Yeah, I also got featured in a Playboy too. And it was the same thing. I sort of like, this is not going to go in my book rack for people to look at what I've done.
So I wouldn't say there's more nudity in fashion magazines. I would say it's tasteful. There is just as much nudity.
I would say there's just as much nudity, but it's not gynecology.
Exactly, it's tasteful.
Yeah, and it's women looking good for women, not trying to look good for men.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I find so there's a few people out like Vicky Pappas. She loves, I don't think I've ever seen her shoot a male. She might have, but I can't think.
She shoots beautiful photos of beautiful women.
Yeah, and they're 90% of the time half naked with the things
with their
draped.
beautiful headdress and like stuff draped and stuff. But it's really, I don't know, it's just weird that we have no women coming to these American workshops.
I used to get lots, especially in Australia. Maybe women don't look at YouTube.
Maybe it is just women prefer to shoot newborns and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird, but I wish we did get more women.
So do I. And I feel like they relate when we do. I remember in Amsterdam, we had a woman come to the studio sessions and she was just relating to everything you were saying so much. And she was like, you were such like an advocate of being respectful to women.
Well, it's about getting good pictures.
Yeah, 100%. That's all it's
If you
about.
Disrespect someone, there's no way you're going to get a good picture.
No. And I guess that's also we were talking about this, I don't know, yesterday or so, I don't know, one too many spicy mugs. We were talking about it recently though, about how annoying it is that the minority ruin it for the majority. And
oh yeah.
It's
exactly. You only need one person to be a bucket.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden everybody of his age with a camera is now a dirty old man with a camera.
Yeah, it gets labelled guy with camera.
Guy with camera.
It's so irritating.
Well, I was actually thinking about that the other day. So what age do you become guy with camera? So what age do you go, all right, he's a dirty old man now because he's past 40, 50, 60, 70. Where does it click in?
Whereas back when I was a teenager, I did a shoot. Honest to God, I think I was like 14 years old. And I did a shoot with this photographer and it was for his like, and it was his like name that I think it was like his photography name, but also he was trying to make like clothing and stuff. And he came to my house. I was living with my mum and we did this shoot and the photo is still one of my favouriteest photos in the entire world just because like I look like a cute little 14-year-old emo. But like I'm wearing his stuff and he shot me and I'm just wearing like undies and like a dead tight wife beater.
At 14?
Yeah. I know, I was wild when I was a teenager.
Like I was uncomfortable shooting Mika, like wearing what we call a boob tube, that just, it's like a strip that complete, but she looks like she has bare shoulders, so you don't see any clothes. Like I was so uncomfortable shooting up because people think that she might have been topless. And
well, I was wearing like boy leg undies, so like kind of almost like boxers for girls.
Yeah.
Like so I was wearing those, and it had like his label printed on them, and then there's like dead tight wife beater with that like printed across it. And he shot me around my mum's house upstairs, and like one of my other friends was there and stuff. And I think I did a second shoot with him, but I don't know if I have any photos from that. But it was a similar thing. I think it was just at his place. And then I got word from a few people that he had essentially been cancelled because he said, if I get an erection during a photo shoot, I know I'm doing my job. And he would have been in like his early 20s and I was 14. So yeah, what age do you put that on? Because he's clearly a guy with camera. Like that is the creep, but he was only in his 20s. So how do you put an age on that? Like,
well, on that model shit list, so many of those photographers are under 40.
Yeah.
So many of are. There's like a few on there that are over 40, but when they did the bad stuff, they were younger.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't really put an age on it. It's like, I don't know, I think it's just...
I think it's like people
just love to judge.
We get it all the time.
Oh.
Like even what are you, boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, why does your mind even need to go there?
Yeah. I find it bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't think you can put an age on it. I think it's just more a mentality. But unfortunately, people do target people more of your age.
Yeah, a lot.
It's just annoying though, because...
Yeah, it's really annoying because I think I'm pretty comfortable that I would say 98% of the models would have my back.
100%.
There's a couple that don't, but their issues are about photos, not about what was in the photos, about them wanting 1 trillion photos for nothing.
Yeah.
And things like that. But it's just...
But even the people that came to our workshop over the weekend, like, yeah, there were a couple that were like, yeah, probably in their 60s, around your age. Sweetest people, would not hurt a fly.
Yeah.
Like, well, even Martin, who flew all the way in from Mississippi, and he's telling me he's about to retire, so he's like retired, and he loves shooting fashion and lingerie type stuff.
And he's a surgeon.
He's a surgeon, and like...
And plays golf.
Loves his golf.
And loves catching the essence of women's eyes.
Exactly. But like, this is what I mean. It's just, you can't put a label on people. It pisses me off, to be honest.
But unfortunately, that's what all this wokeness is heading towards. If you perceive to tick one box, you're cancelled. We're not even going to look in to see if it's true or not. No, you're cancelled.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just, I don't know, it's really bad and dangerous for the world. We're going to end up with the most boring movies in the world. Bands aren't going to have edgy lyrics.
Stand-up comics aren't going to be funny.
They'll have a disclaimer at the start, but then still not do anything.
Yeah.
It's like I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was that they were saying that pretty much one of the Edinburgh festivals, all the things you couldn't have jokes about, the guy goes, I can't even talk about a fly on the wall because I might offend the fly.
Oh my gosh. You know, it's getting a bit ridiculous.
But I still think the biggest change happens in the world if just everybody does it quietly. We don't have to go out with billboards and banners and that. If you just stop watching woke TV or woke movies, you watch edgy stuff come back. Like the whole world wants to make money. So yeah, I find it annoying, although I showed you that thing on Twitter with the edgy ad campaigns, like the Tom Ford, like they're full on edgy. Sick. They are so cool.
Yeah, it was really sick.
And one of them was silly. Nearly had a feeling of maybe a little bit gang rape, but the way it was done, the one with the girl laying on the ground and the 4 guys topless standing over her.
I know, I was just saying that. It's like...
Yeah, I know, but it did have a feel, but then you looked on the expression of her face and it was, yeah, I'll take you on. Yeah, just try. And it was the power of a woman. And things like that I think is so important. And yeah, you know my feelings on it all.
I know. I just think it's important to like, I don't know, bring it back and be like, no, like people are just, everyone's so quick to judge, and like I'm the least judgy person ever.
You're a little bit judgy. I've seen you a little bit judgy. But it's only your generation's a bit judgy on certain things.
Okay, I'm pretty non-judgy.
Except for certain things.
Okay, but I'm pretty non-judgy.
No, but when a photographer doesn't pay you and expects you to wear see-through underwear.
Oh, but that's completely different. That is completely different.
Why? I don't understand this. And he wasn't that old, I don't think. He was like 12, I think.
That's a completely different thing. That kind of stuff really just grinds my gears.
Grinds your gears.
It does. Like the ankle grinders that we moved away from. That's how much it grinds my gears.
But now we've got echoes, so we're going to have all the people hate the echoes from the studio.
That's
So you've got lapels and echoes and your hair rubbing back and forward on that microphone. Yes, it is.
I tried to get it away, sorry. It's gotten longer again. I got it cut like, at the beginning of the year, and it was like above my boobs, and it's grown so much. I'm so happy.
So who are you wearing today?
Who am I wearing? I actually can't remember the name.
Oh my God, my favourite shirt I've bought since I've been in America.
I've got the label in the bathroom.
Oh, well, you can put it in the description.
I'll put it in the description. It's really cool. It's this shop on Melrose, and they do the top I was wearing earlier. So they have like a few like printed pieces they do, but like this top that I'm wearing and a few of the ones we bought, they do a lot of recycled stuff. So they get vintage T-shirts and cut them up and turn them into like halter tops. And we've got the Chanel one.
We've got the Chanel one. That was really cool.
And it's one of the panels is authentic Chanel, and then they've like turned it, like reworked it and stuff. It's freaking cool. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I know it starts with a T, but I'll put it in the description. So yeah, it's just sick.
But then, I love cowboy boots.
Yeah.
I get them from LA. There's a store in LA that knows me. Every time I walk in, I'm like going there for 5 years. I walk in and go, Peter! Yeah. Right? And he has great women cowboy boots. And we're walking distance from that shop. So we get to Austin and Beck goes, I would love to buy some cowboy boots. I was like, you idiot. Well, then my little Kate Moss boots came from him. And he's got all different types of...
We'll be back next year.
We'll be back next year. But you won't have a fad for cowboy boots.
No, I will.
You'll have to dox again.
No, because like once we got to Texas and I saw girls walking around in like cute little shirts and shorts and cowboy boots, I was like, damn, that's a look. I love that.
That's a look.
So
I could wear this look.
So I got them next year. But no, like this is really cool. And then the other thing I was going to wear today was my Motorhead reworked. So I went to get
Is that the one with the sides completely?
Yeah, the sides. Like I went to get my, like we were shopping. We had a shopping day. We went down Melrose because it's like in the studio back home, we've got a rack of clothes and we've got a whole wardrobe out the back, but that's mostly trash.
It's like it'll save the day on a shoot. So someone needs a pair of jeans or someone needs a business shirt or there's this weird tranny dress that's in there with gold sequences that'll make a girl without hips give them hips. Yeah. All this just weird stuff that hardly ever gets used. But when it gets used, it's awesome.
Cool. But then out in next to the grunge psych, we've got 2 racks of clothing and that's our favourite stuff to shoot in. So we always tell everyone we've got a heap of clothing, there's 2 racks of clothes, like go sick, like go have a look through that, and we're always looking to refill that rack with new exciting stuff.
As we lose stuff.
Don't get us started. It's depressing. But we love going to Melrose in LA because there's all these random vintage one-off shops and stuff. And
like there's cheap Chinese crap glitter houses.
Oh yeah, but then
in between them there's this lady there who cuts up a pair of jeans and re-sews them and they look awesome.
Well, there was this one place we walked past and there was this dress and it was like bodycon fitting kind of lycra material with all these like cuts and ties, and I was like, that's really cool. We didn't go in though, but I just kept thinking about it. And then I went to get my nails soaked off because I don't have my talons anymore, RIP. And I was like, nah, you know what? It's not far from here. And I keep thinking about it. I'm going to go. And I walked in there and turns out it's her store. She hand makes everything herself. And I told her, I really love that thing you've got at the front. She's like, yeah, I've got them here. they're all different styles. They're all handmade. I hand tie them all differently. Not one is the same. I was like, that's so cool. I'm going to try on this one and this one. I didn't like the one that had the shorts. I preferred the dress. And as I was getting changed, she's like, oh, you might like this. And shows me these band tees that she reworked. And they're like big, sloppy men's size band tees. She cuts them up, but cuts them down the sides and then puts material through them. And
ropes them back up.
Yeah, and I was like, that is so cool. And she showed me a few and I was like, nah, give me the Motorhead one and put it on. And I was like, all right, sold. Like, and with the exchange rate at the moment, I spent like $250 Australian dollars on two dresses, on a reworked band t-shirt and like a hand-tied dress. I'm like, that's fine, just take my money. I've worked for it.
I'll bill Peter later. I'll wear it once and then hang it on his rack and say, oh, that's for the studio. Here's the bill.
Like, that's fine, just take my money. I don't want to think about it.
It's also, when we're in Paris and when we're in Milan and places like that, the same thing. You could walk down the street and find these just cool one-off places. Where do we find this in Australia?
We don't, but I'm such a sucker for it as well. Like, once you tell me this is a one-off or it's limited edition, I'm like, that means I can have it and no one else can.
Because you're a limited edition.
I live for it because I'm a one of one. I'm 93, never to be repeated.
So if I ever do a book on Bec, it's not going to be a limited edition. I'm going to do 100 million copies sold at $1 each.
But I love that stuff. Like, I love one-off pieces.
So do I.
It's like even your new toiletry bag you got in Paris. With the little balloons and stuff. So cool. Where are you going to find that ever?
You won't.
Yeah.
And things like that I really appreciate. Like, it's like my camera bags. I don't want some cheap crappy. I want a camera bag that when I pick it up, it feels good.
Feels authentic.
The camera straps I buy, hand leather braided. Yes, they're more expensive, but I appreciate them. And so I think you get so much more out of life when you buy things that you really appreciate. And every time you use it or wear it, you just feel good that I'm so glad I bought this.
Totally.
And this is where the whole world needs to stop buying fast fashion. Start looking at, all right, so this year I'm going to buy 20 little skirts. And at the end of the year, I won't wear one of them. So let's just buy 2 or 3 amazing skirts, which I'll keep for 4 or 5 years. We're doing better for the environment and you're going to enjoy fashion, which means you're going to start enjoying wearing fashion, which then gives people like me a job again. People like Bec a job again, because people aren't going to buy that stuff with the Macarena models. And talk about the Macarena models. Like, they're all seeing it on the workshops. They're all saying that they're all finding it so hard to get a model that just doesn't do this silly dance. And they're getting these pictures going, well, yeah, she's pretty, but she doesn't look pretty while she's doing that.
Because it's dead.
Dead, yeah. But she moves a lot.
I'm going to be interested to see next weekend, and we'll be able to tell everyone next podcast.
Oh, are we?
Well, because next weekend we've got majority agency models for Chicago, because I actually got in touch.
Oh, you actually got through to some models that really work.
We actually got through to 2 agencies in Chicago who were happy to send me some models. So
we know we've got great models for New York. We see Aussies. No, sorry, nothing about. It's just the models I've worked with before.
Mika, Anne, and Shay. Yeah. Like, come on. You've already trained them and stuff. But no, next weekend I have gotten through to some age. So I'm going to be really interested to see, just to see if they are like Macarena e-commerce and the difference, because so on Friday we've got 1 agency model and 2 non-agency models, and one of the models is also a photographer herself. So I'm going to be really, and then the third one is a makeup artist. So I'm going to be really interested to see just the dynamic between the 3 models. Me and my psychology brain.
Your psychology brain. Did you finish your degree?
No, I didn't. I dropped out.
Have you still got a HECS?
Yeah.
Should I be paying off your HECS by now?
Probs.
Probs. So now I'm going to go to jail because I haven't been paying your
No, it's me. It's a me thing. I've got to nominate. But it's fine. I just don't want to.
I don't want to pay for something I didn't use.
Yeah, exactly. Screw that. I think like my HECS debt, which for people listening who aren't from Australia, our government does a thing where you can, so unlike America where you have to do student loans, we do a thing where you can...
It's the same thing.
No, because we don't get interest on it like they do here.
Yeah, but I thought Craig, a photographer friend of mine, says basically you have to earn a certain amount until you're expected to pay.
Yeah. And
you only get charged your interest once you're earning that amount, not for the years you didn't earn enough. I could be wrong. I don't know. Everyone's going to put it in the description.
I thought...
People, either way...
I thought it was just that you have your debt and you're not expected to pay it back until you earn over a certain amount of money, and then I didn't know there was interest on it. If there's interest on it, then shit, I should really look into that.
Not in Australia. This is, I think, in America.
Oh, in America? No, yeah. America is just like student loans.
Yeah. But
they're hardcore.
This is so the parents force the kids to go out and do a course they're never going to use or don't want to do and get a debt for the rest of their life until they pay it off. And they don't end up working in, like you ended up in a call centre. Yeah. How's a psychology degree or whatever you were doing?
Well, I didn't want to. No, I didn't know. I was already working at Telstra when I started doing that.
You did it on the side, did you?
Yeah.
But why did you do it? Was it to get out of Telstra or was it...
Well, it was always my passion.
Yeah, but still, why did you go do it?
Because I decided, well, shit, I haven't studied for 6 years and it's something that I've always spoken about. I really want to do psychology.
Did you feel you were a lesser person?
No, I just thought like that's always been a passion of mine is to do psychology. So maybe I'll finally go back and study. It wasn't that I thought I was like, I just
So you're still going to do it?
No, because I started to and I realised that I can't go back to doing homework and assignments. Like I'm just, it's...
and having deadlines. Yeah. Bec and deadlines. It's like...
I remember the day I finished high school and I was like, no more homework, no more assignments. Thank God. I'm so relieved. And then it took me 6 years until I started going back to uni and I was like, oh, God damn, I have to do home. And I was going to work and then came like, oh, homework. Nah, this isn't for me. Whereas I think if I did what I said I was going to do and took a year off studying and then went back when I was 19 and started, it would have been like still fresh in my mind if this is the routine of like doing homework and assignments. But 6 years of not having to do that and then trying to study again, absolutely not. Not for me. Hell no. And plus now look at me. Look at me, I got like the best job in the world. I love my job.
You love it?
I love it.
And you're psycho as well.
I've always been psycho.
I do find it stranger when I was growing up, you're a bum if you didn't pass this level of school. And then you're a bum if you didn't do that. And the further we came, the more you had to then go to college and university and then degrees and masters and all of that stuff. But then I look at a lot of the people I knew when they left school at like 13 and 14 because they just couldn't do school and got a job as a labourer or something like that.
Making
they
buckets.
were multi-millionaires because they got into trades. E-com can't touch your trades. They built up their own business and it might be concreting, it might be electrical as well. And seriously, my own doctor, I said to him what sort of do you earn an hour? So we're very open. He told me, I said, no way. I said, plumbers earn more than that. And they don't have to save a life.
And they don't have to go to school for like a bajillion years.
Yeah, but see, everyone thinks that if you're a lawyer or a doctor and that, why aren't we paying, like teachers should be getting paid a fortune. But even in Australia, I think the enter score to get into teaching, there is no enter score.
And enter score is like when you graduate high school, they look at like all of your marks on all your final exams and then that gets ranked against like everyone else and then you get like a score. So if you get like
universities, depending on
what score you get ranked on everyone else, depends on where you can get in. So if you get like above a 90, you're like guaranteed anywhere. But like it's really hard. Like a 90 is like straight A pluses.
Yeah, and my daughter had a 27.
I think mine was like close to a fail. I think I was like...
27's a fail.
I think I was like...
I think 50 is on the border, isn't it?
I think I was like 52. Yeah.
I wasn't mad at my daughter. I just was mad that she made me pay $75 to get the certificate to say you failed. We didn't need to pay to have a certificate to say you failed. That would have saved me $75.
I got straight A's in psych. I was a straight A psych student, but then everything else I wasn't great. Because I focused all of my shit into psych because I love psychology. I love brains. I love analysing people. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to analyse people. And it's just so funny that now I have the job that I do. Not that I analyse people, but like...
Yes, you do. You analyse me all the time.
Don't tell people that.
Yeah, on workshops, you sit there and she'll concentrate on each person for an hour and then she'll put her little notes down to analyse you.
I don't. But it's just so funny that now I'm in a role that, while it's not a psychology role, it kind of still is because I've got to still coordinate with so many people and work out the type of person they are and how I can make them the most comfortable and give them like the best time.
The guy in LA who was I don't know, a psychologist, he said the stuff you're doing, that's like further than we go. Said you got to be careful with some of this. I said, I'm not trying to fix them. I'm just trying to help them see their problems so they can throw them away while I'm shooting them. Then they can go back and be a complete nutcase.
Like me.
And yeah, just the thing. My daughter's not dumb. Her first proper job, she did a little bit of house cleaning for Airbnbs because it was walking distance from home. But her first job was in a plumbing supply company. She was supposed to be secretary. Very first day, they put a map, like a house plan on there and told her to quote it.
She's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
And they said, well, learn. And now she's the head person in that. So, but that's that thing. I still think it comes back to the teaching, the way things are taught. Everybody learns a different way. And that's even with our workshops. I try and pick out the people who aren't getting this and try to find a different angle to teach them because they might have one of my brains. There might be someone who's super technical and you won't get it unless I really take it technical.
Yeah. And you do that a lot because you're pretty good as well as like at reading the room, and you'll see the ones that are getting it and then you'll see the ones that are getting frustrated, and you take the time to go over and have a chat with them and be like, hey, what's going on here? Like, how can I help? And
well, the amount of times I'll ask a question and I'll say, does everybody understand that? And they put up their hand, you can see they sort of, I'm going to say I do so I don't look like, and I see there's enough hands that go up and slow and go, well, I'm just going to explain it like it's 5. And go, and you see all their faces, that's what you mean. Yeah. Because they're too scared to say, no, I didn't get it. Yeah. And I had one guy came up in the Austin one and actually said, so I don't learn really well. I really didn't understand a word you said. So I quickly just, with the mouse, showed boom, 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 boom. And he goes, I thought it was more detailed and technical than that. I said, no, keep it simple. Don't try and make things technical.
Yeah, dumb it down. Explain like I'm 5.
Yeah, I love that.
Love the explain like I'm 5. That's how I learn things better.
Well, you listen to a Reddit that's called that, don't you?
Yeah, no, I follow. I don't listen to
it. Follow.
Maybe
sorry.
You will be.
I will be. So what's happening next week?
Chicago.
And what else is happening?
I'm going to try deep dish.
What else is happening?
Dead mouse.
Dead mouse.
Dead mouse.
We had
the tattoo and everything. Yeah.
So we were going to see Dead Mouse in Paris, and it got cancelled because the Parisians didn't like him. And then we found that it was playing in Chicago.
And we basically, you know what? We did plan all of these dates
around
Dead Mouse because Peter told me to look up where Dead Mouse was playing, and I was like, I had like our dates roughly penciled in, and then I was like, oh my God, he's playing in Chicago, but I'm going to have to shift everything by a week. And Peter was like, then do it. And I was like, cool, sweet, we're going to Dead Mouse. So we did, and we're going to, and I've got a little tattoo, which I just
You're not finishing the story. So we get an email saying they're moving the venue, and Bec didn't bother reading the rest of the email. It says your tickets have been cancelled.
No, it said your tickets
have been cancelled.
They're no longer valid.
Well, that's cancelled. And then Bec started on me that I am the jinx. Yeah. I'm the one. Then we look up and find there was an email saying you could just rebook.
Yeah, we had to rebook.
Yeah.
Anyways, I rebooked it, so I'm so excited. And Peter's never seen Dead Mouse, and it'll be my 3rd time seeing him.
Yeah, but in the middle of the day doesn't count.
Still counts. Still store them. Still got the videos. Still got the cute photos. So my third time seeing Deadmau5. I'm so excited.
I'm a bit excited. He's my modern day Pink Floyd. I know he doesn't sound the same, but he's like in that, like Pink Floyd. If I just want to paint the cycle or something of animals, I'll put that on. If I'm going to have a sleep on a plane, and there's 2 Deadmau5 albums I'll put on, and yeah, I just adore those albums.
Well, my oh no, it's so gushy, it's so mushy, it's so annoying. So it's mine and Jared's favourite DJ, and we saw him, like me and Jared have been seeing each other for like a few months, and then we went to Future Music Festival, which is like a really commercial music festival in Melbourne, and we saw Deadmau5, and then the next day Jared asked me to be his girlfriend, and so like it's really special.
Oh my God, will you be my girlfriend? Do you get down on one knee?
No.
How did he say it? I'd be really interested. Is that what he goes, was it like, love Jared a bit, and he might hear this, I'm only dead, but Jared is a little bit slow to get to the punchline. He stretched the story out a little bit long. So how long did it take for him to start saying something till he said, it was pretty quick?
It wasn't one of those stories. He does do those stories sometimes, but no, it was pretty, but anyways, that was nearly 9 years ago.
So Deadmau5 is the matchmaker.
Yeah.
Oh my
so that's
God.
why it's so special.
Well, I'm not getting down on one knee at Deadmau5.
No, I don't. No, it's because like Strobe, and Strobe is the best song. And, oh my God, I'm just so excited for Friday because I haven't seen Deadmau5 live in like years, since like 2017. It's been that long.
I know.
I'm so excited. I just can't wait for Strobe.
I don't think people want to listen to you make noises. He does this on planes.
How do you know? No, I just sleep with my mouth open on planes.
Oh yeah, I've got a ripper of a picture. I'm not allowed to show you, but yeah, she was full on stacked.
I was like,
her head was bent 90 degrees and the mouth was fully open. I think there was a big slag just hanging out, just a bit.
I was comfortable, okay.
You're comfortable. I did the inappropriate thing and took a picture of it.
And we sent it to Jared.
Yeah,
because I told Jared, I was like, Peter took the worst photo. Oh my God, I'm dying. And then Jared's like, I need to see it. So what does Peter do? Goes and messages Jared the photo. He's like, there you go. Asshole.
And then what did he say?
Then Jared's like, oh, that's not even that bad. I've seen worse. So I messaged him. I was like, what do you mean you've seen worse? He's like, oh, you get pretty comfortable in bed sometimes.
I need to pay Jared to get a hidden camera to get some of those.
You don't.
I'll write music to it.
No one needs to see this.
I'm certain they do.
I
reckon they'll queue up to see it. We'll make it limited edition, all right? Shut up.
Go back to your bathtub.
The bathtub. You wouldn't get in it. I wasn't going to put water in. I was going to be fully clothed and we could just sit there cross-legged in the bathtub and have a...
Oh, because that's not odd.
It's only odd if you think it's odd.
It's odd.
No. You're fully clothed sitting in a bathtub. It's no different than sitting in a boat. My old jet boat area you sat in was smaller than a bathtub. Well, you just pretend it's a jet boat.
But it's not a jet boat.
All right, well, I didn't want to sit on the toilet with you. It's just the light was nice in the bathroom.
Maybe we can go hop in the pool.
No, I still think the grinder's still going.
Yeah. Why are they still
grinding?
Working? Texas is... Oh, no, people did say Austin tagline is keep Austin weird.
Yeah, you've already said that. You're getting Alzheimer's.
Probs. I'm nearly 30.
Oh, it goes downhill quick from there. Really, really quick.
Shit.
Next thing you'll be sleeping with your mouth open and dribbling on the pillow.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry everyone, this is just Bec and I. Uncensored. Unfiltered. So have you got any questions that people asked you, or just you're not contributing today?
I've contributed so much. What are you talking about?
What, talking about your limited edition t-shirt?
Yeah,
no, you're looking at what you haven't.
No, I'm looking at... I did have stuff listed, but like I don't know how much time we have until this like... It's gonna go
well, someone said they was glad the billiter didn't go off on the last one. We've got 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah.
We're going to come up with a really cool topic for the last 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Well, okay. Can you do something about working with models versus dancers in 2 minutes?
Yeah, dancers are 100 times easier. Dancers like shooting fashion. We're not really after emotion or anything out of their face. We just want to be held so it's attractive. We're not looking at something so much out of their eyes. We're looking at silhouettes and shapes. And it's like the series I did with the tripod and the bike and the baseball bat and so the baseball helmet, the gridiron helmet, all of those. The way I pose, that's completely different to when I work. Well, you've seen.
No, I know. That was someone's question was, what's the difference between working with models versus dancers?
Yeah, no, dancers, it's all about shape and form. So I'll get a dancer to do something, I'll look at it carefully, I'll take some shots while they're doing it, we'll sit down and say, I love this, but I want that elongated on that finger, I want you to stretch out, I want you to arch a fraction more, and we talk through it. And we just keep going until we get the shot or don't get the shot, because sometimes what I want out of them is impossible. I still want it. But then, it's things like the Lizzie shot. Lizzie. That was just a one-off. She nailed it very first frame. But then there's other shots, especially when I do in Nicole, I pretty much didn't get the shot I want. I got another shot, but the shot I really wanted, I didn't get. And it is very much all of my stuff. I love faces, I love eyes to bits, but it's like fashion. If I'm going to shoot like high-end haute couture fashion, I'm not trying to do that emotional eyes, and that's good if I get a model who can do both. But when they're in a full-length gown and that, you're not seeing the face tight enough anyway to see it. And I'll quite often do the shot for the silhouette shapes. Then come in closer and get the beauty, like get the eye shot, but they don't have to do something crazy with their shapes. What were you about to say?
Nothing.
No, your mouth is... No, well, we might have lost some time here now.
I was going to say, whereas with models, it's not about that. It's more you're trying to like capture the emotion. So you're like really working like, give me emotion, give me eyes, give me a thought. Whereas with dancers, it's like, I'm going to work you so hard with your body. I'm going to make you... Yeah,
dancers hate me.
Yeah.
They reckon like a 1 hour photo shoot with me is like 4 hours.
But then models hate you because a photo shoot with you is so mentally exhausting. So.
But they love the photos.
So either way, everyone hates
everyone
you.
Hates me,
because you just want the most. But that's why you get the photos that you do.
I think the best way, it doesn't matter what you're shooting, you need to have the picture in your head what you're trying to create. And it doesn't have to be a stick figure perfect. It's the feel that when you look at it, that's the emotion I wanted. And regardless if it's dance or if it's beauty or fashion, most of the time, and Becky, I've spoken about this a little bit, and one of my rules is to start saying, instead of being woke, start saying this would look so much better without the top. We'll put tape on your boobs. The boobs are not going to be in the picture. Do you mind? If you mind, that's fine. We won't do it. But we'll do one shot. If you're happy with it, we'll build from there. Mm-hmm. And I have to go back to that because sometimes, and we were talking about this the other day, I saw a thing that I was doing and thought, this looks so much better if I did this and didn't say anything. So it's like a fuzzy picture in my head. You can't, but as soon as you get it, the picture focuses. Like, that's what I was trying to create. I can't tell you what it was, but once you did it, that was it.
Yes.
I hope that helps. And disclaimer again,
sound.
Look, I'm an old sound engineer and it's giving me the shits, but we're just going to put up with, I think our content's more important than sound, and I'm going to buy a couple of mics when I'm in New York and spend all your inheritance.
That's fine.
Cool.
I dig us. Anyway, else?
What was that?
Anyway, I spent too much time in America.
We're in Austin, are we?
Anyways. Thanks for listening to us again, and we will see you guys again when we're in Chicago. Cargos with some deep dish.
Deep dish. You said you weren't going to eat deep dish.
No, I'm totally going to do it.
All right.
Anyway,
see ya.
Bye guys.